Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John Megacycle here. Another episode of OpenTTD. This is my summary video for the last tournament, which was Candyland. I got the rules right here. We'll go through them real fast in case this is your first time seeing it. I'm trying to host a couple of OpenTTD tournament games, and I post my run on YouTube, and then I hope people can record their runs as well, and I can post it all into like one nice playlist. And then the last video was like an overall summary video, really. So, we had 9 players this tournament, I believe. Let's go over the rules just super quick. Yeah. It was a new game. It was Bubble Land, or Toyland. Bubble Land. I see the bubbles in my brain just like blink. Oh, all these defaults are not correct. So it was 512 by 512. Yeah, this all isn't quite correct. You'll see the map when we get there, but basically it was voted by the community to just do Candyland, or Toyland in this case. We didn't change anything else. The only new GRF that was used was one that changed the visuals. A couple of the players were like, it's a little overbearing, it's a little too bright. Can we just tamp that down a notch? So yeah, it was an easy new GRF, but we didn't add anything else. No new vehicles, no new nothing. It was 1980 to the year 2000. Do the best you can with up to $500,000 in debt. Yeah. So let's see here. Server 0 was myself, John Megacycle. So let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm not going to join anything. January 1st, 2000 is the end of the game. I have that open. Oh my god. Yeah, it is a little bright, isn't it? It is a little much. Let's go ahead and take a look at... Oh, let's look at company value first. That's how we're ranking this on company value. So 168 million. 168.735. Yep. I'm also documenting that as we're going, so give me a hot second. This is the first time I've seen... Well, I came in here really quick to get some of the numbers, but I want to make sure that we do this right. So 168.75 mil. Let's take a look at how my run did. For my run, I believe I started with passenger stuff to begin with. So we started with Tree Church. And I got a little bit of some bus action going on here. Then that brought it all the way to CeeLo. That worked out pretty well. That gave us a really nice start for some cash money. I've talked about this before in my run. One of the reasons why I emphasize passenger runs to begin with is because trains, buses, aircraft, whatever, can make money both ways, right? With a lot of the cargo runs, or all the cargo runs, unless you put a little extra work into it with some new GRFs or something, once something gets picked up and dropped off, like let's take coal for example. You pick up coal, you drop off at a power plant, that's it. For other commodities, you're going to need other trains to keep the chain of the industry going, but realistically, that's about it. So, that was our first passenger line. We got another one from, I think it was Seeding Say? Ceasing Ding, whatever. So there, all the way up to here. Tonstock, yep, that was our second passenger. And then we went through and started to get right into the commodities. So you can kind of see just by looking how our stuff was all structured. So I'm just going to kind of aim for the most complex runs. I tried a toy run, quite literally. So batteries and plastic here. That all comes here. Actually, I noticed we ain't got no tunes. We really got no tunes. Oh, man. A little bit of lo-fi. Did that work? Okay, that's going to be a little quiet, but you get the idea. So there's that. That brought up stuff here to the toys, toy factory, and then brought the toys all the way down here to the toy shop in Lewisbrook. Real easy stuff. Second biggest route was this one. This was candy, and oh my gosh, there was a lot of candy to be had. 349 is nowhere near what we had going on. I'm just going to go ahead and just close this out. Yeah, so you can see the transparency. This is a little easier to see stuff. Lots of connections, and once we got the money flowing, we were able to connect to dang near everything on the map, with the final candy coming all the way to Chundon. Chundon. It's hard to say, and it sounds super weird, but Chundon, there we are. Third biggest route that I had going on was this Sody Pop, right? So here's Soda Fizzy Drink Factory, Cola and Bubbles. So everything that was blue, or what was it, brown? Yeah, linked all the way back. And then we also had a couple of connections for the candy. So we had pink, which is cotton candy, and orange, which is toffee. That linked in a couple of spots as well to run all the way back here to candy. And realistically, I had a really tough time with congestion. As you can kind of see on this mini-map here, all the little red dashies are trains, and that got really nuts. So to even out the run, I chucked out a couple airports just so we can shovel away all this excess candy. We had so much. So much. So that was my run. I'm able to go into a little more detail because I played it, so I know what I did. But let's just take one big look at the main map, kind of get a good overview of what's going on. Let's see here. There's that. That's not what I want. Yeah, this gives a bit of a better overview for all of the linkages, yeah? Yeah, not too bad. I was really happy with my run. 168 or whatever million is better than I've done recently. Let's take a look at the next one. This is General Ravello. Now we're just going to go ahead and close that. General Ravello. 306 million. My lord. I think twice as many rail pieces as I had? Damn. Oh, wow. They really went ham on almost everything. Look at that. That is crazy. Okay, let's take a look at some of these industries and see how they link up. So here's a bit of complexity up here in the north. Looks like we got some similar stuff going on here. Yeah, toy pickup, toy dropout. Oh, they actually named their stations. That's really, really handy user interface-wise. Yep, so this is going to take it all the way back to toy destination, but same toy store, so a bit of commonality there. Let's see, what else have we got? Looks like plastic. They did a lot more with toys than I did, for sure. Fuzzy destination, okay. Fizzy? Fuzzy. It says fuzzy, but they're fizzy drinks? Fuzzy drinks sounds kind of weird. Oh, looks like they also set up a very similar thing here. Fuzzy pickup, fuzzy dropout. This looks very, very similar to our runs, which is cool, right? It's nice to see a lot of divergence, but it's also really cool to see a lot of similarities. Yeah, this looks very, yeah. More connections out here. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. Let's see, what other complex areas can we take a look at? Looks like this is picking up liters of cola. I wonder why there's liters of cola here. What's this guy? Liters of cola. Interesting. What do you have? Bubbles. Bubbles make sense. Liters of cola. Where are you going? Fuzzy dropout, Shearston Woods. To fill load any cargo. Maybe it's a transit station. Or, what's the word? A transfer station. Maybe goods are being passed from place to place. And that's being used as a junction. That's something I could think of. Let's see, we've got a little more complexity over here. Batteries and plastic pickup, okay. Battery pickup, drop off. Interesting, yeah. Using a transfer line. Lots and lots of rail. Now let's take a look at density, right? So that's something that I identified on my run, that my density was a little high. Kind of the same thing here. There's a lot of trains going on. Oh. Okay, come here, Jax. Come here. Cat's being all meowy. Jax is getting kind of old, so anytime I leave him alone for like an hour, he gets kind of mouthy. Meow. And that's okay. So lots of trains, but it looks like a lot of this is looking really good. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like 8 or 9 trains in a row, and there's a lot of jam up. So that's kind of cool to see. Lots and lots of lines. So never fear, more lines. When you've got the money, spend the money, right? Build up all the lines you can. Realistically, I think that's my takeaway from this. I don't think I see any passenger runs. I think that's cargo. Toys, yep. What is this? Plastic, okay. Yeah, I don't think I see any passenger. That's not passenger. What is this? Sweets, okay. Yeah, interesting. So 2 different starts, really, to get the game going, right? I went passenger, I was pretty happy with that, but this is a different way to play. It worked out pretty well for them, absolutely. 300 and what? 306 mil, I think. Double check. Yeah, that's incredible. Well done, General Ravello. A+. A+ stuff for sure. Okay, next is Squishy Chew. Squishy Chew. Let's see what they've got kicking on for us. I'm going to close that. Squishy Sugar Services. Let's call that 30 mil, right? Let's call that 30 mil. I like that. Now, I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer for this player. Squishy Chew has started playing with us tournament side, and that's it. Like, they have not played this for years and years and years. Older folks like myself who played the original Transport Tycoon Deluxe, we've got a lot of back history, and also those that play this game like recreationally. Recreationally? What was I trying to say there? Recreationally. This is like their jam. For Squishy, this is the 3rd tournament they've been in, and like you can check their Steam hours. They've only been playing for like 14 hours, which is about how long. So I'm really impressed with how much this player has risen up company value-wise. So taking nothing else into consideration, shout out good improvements, yeah? Let's take a look at their map. Okay. Long lines, which is really good to see. I can already see this right here. Here's a candy factory, and this is just going to feed candy all the way to the other side. Yep. Bam. Holy crap. Whatever. This town's got some stuff going on. So yeah, that's all brought in. So there is the candy. Wow. Did this town eat another town? Damn, son. Okay, so we've got that going on. A lot of really good fundamentals here. I'm gonna guess this is dropping off passengers. Yep, I can see that's been triggered nicely. That's a toy store, which is coming all the way from here. Toy factory? What you got going on, son? Toys from Tree Church East. True, whatever. St. Marie Valley. Mines. Woods. Am I missing something with this? Truditch East. Son, where are you getting your toys from? I'm very confused. Oh, let's bring in sweets. Tree Church East. Full load, any cargo. Oh, Tree Church. Whoops. I've been looking at Truditch, and I'm like, that doesn't make no sense. Tree Church. Let's see. This splits like this. There it is. Tree Church East. Okay, cool. So what I'm seeing here, couple of pointers for new players. I'm seeing a lot of really great fundamentals. Aside from left-hand drive, I'm just kidding. Everything's really good. Regular signals, which allows multiple trains to be on the same network. Not too bad. The only thing that I'd have for recommendations is maybe some bridges to break up the lines if you've got more congestion and everything. Other than that, this is a really, really good beginning to someone's OpenTTD career, I think. Absolutely. So, candy stuff. Yep, all that's going there. Yeah, the long haul is the final product, and that's fine. Realistically, just more routes. More routes. I mean, really. So just experience with the game is going to come with that, right? Like, I don't have anything negative to say. This isn't like, oh, you done did bad, son. I don't even have that. Honestly, more routes. And I think that would have been awesome. That would have been a really good run. So let's see here. 30 million, I'm calling that. Squishy Sugar Shervish. Hard to say. Fun to say. Hard to say. Anywhere else, really? Take note. These are all going to... Yeah, so battery, toy farm. Toy farm? Toy factory. Okay, anyway. There is Squishy Chew. Good run, my lad. Bo Gus is next. Let's take a look at their run. Sweet Tooth DK. Get it? Tooth Decay? I can pick up the puns. I like it. 66.8 million. Got that documented here. Nice, nice. 66.8. Alright, let's take a look at Sweet Tooth Decay. Boop. 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 Alright. Quite a bit more complexity. I'm starting to see more players build up like one mega town. Holy crap. Friggin' incredible. Look at the size of this thing. Nonsense. Okay. Let's take a look at some of their runs, right? Let's start with most complex from what it seems like. Got a toy factory here. I think everyone, well, most people have used this toy factory. Now, what is this? What is this about? What are you transporting? What was your deal? Moves toys. Okay. Toy manufacturing receiving. So was this... Oh, maybe the intention was to move the toys from port to port, and then this is taking the toys to... Yeah, where are you going with this? Oh my god. Go non-stop. Jump to order 7 with load percentages equal to 0. Go non-stop. Go non-stop. Go non-stop. Jump to order 3 with load percentages equal to 0. What the heck? Huh. Bogus really has a very firm grip on train orders. I really wish I could start to get some of their videos out, because it's really a sight to see how well they've got control over understanding how much this game operates. I can't even read that. That just absolutely thoroughly breaks my brain. I wish I knew more, and I want to learn more. That's why I'm hosting the tournaments, but oh my gosh. Okay. Lots of stations. 3 stations wide. Oh, okay, so this is sweets. That makes sense. Are you picking up candy? Yes, you are. And let's take a look at where you're running with that. Oh, most likely all the way out there. So in this case, not much of... Yeah, we've got like an entire quadrant not really utilized, which is fine. There's nothing... What's this? Thanks, John! Ah, Sweet Tooth Delivery Kings, a bogus company. Oh, that's what DK stands for. Delivery Kings. I thought it was like decay, D-E-C-A-Y, like tooth decay. Maybe it's a double. Maybe it's a double deal. Lewisburg Marsh is going to be for toys. Yep. So toys, let's talk that out a little bit. In the original template for the map, for the game, Temperate Zone, I think it's called, you produce goods, and those goods can go to any town over a certain either, let's call it population density. It's a certain kind of buildings that'll demand for goods, and it can go to any town. For here, in this scenario, it has to go to a toy shop. But it just works like anything else. You can dump as much as you want, toys-wise. So that's kind of how this works. So when you're doing the production chain for toys, it has to go there. So let's see here. Here's what I want. Does it have Lewisbrook Marsh in it at all? Yep, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, there you go. Unload and leave empty. Go non-stop to Greeningswood West. I really wish I could click on an order and it would just take me there, but that's okay. I wouldn't mind to understand this just a little bit more. Is that it? That is it. Okay. There's a lot of trains coming here. Okay, why would it come here? Load percentage is equal to 0. Interesting. So these orders skip each other, clearly. I wonder if the same train is going to 2 different stations and loading, and if there's no load, go somewhere else. Maybe it's something like that. I'll have to sit down and really pick that apart to better understand it. But that's okay. Truditch, very good run. One thing I want to mention here is you might see multiple stations. I believe the logic of town growth works as such that if you have 5 stations and deliver at least 1 passenger every 90 days or something, that triggers the most amount of town growth. It's something like that. So you might see a bunch of these little bus stations here, and this guy's just going to be bouncing stuff back and forth, I'm sure, just to trigger that one piece of population, or the one commodity moving every so often. Now, I'm probably wrong on the math, but I think that's the right concept. So here in St. Louis, oh, you can see the same thing. Here's 5 bus stations, right? There's probably a bus bebopping around. Yep, there's the guy. Can't go nowhere else. There's literally no other passes. But this guy probably just bebops 1 or 2 passengers back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that triggers a lot of really feel-good math for town growth. So that's why that's there. Really digging the long trains. That's really cool. Liverness mines. How much does that cover? It looks like it covers toffee and sugar. So how many trains do we have going per station? 1, 2, 3, 4, or per commodity? 5, 6, 7. Now there's some that are much smaller and some that are much larger. Again, another piece of logic I'd love to dive into and really get to the meat of that. Either way, very impressive run. I think there's a higher level of utilization for the same area and commodities here than like from my run. So if I took Bo Gus's run and pulled it out to as far as like I got, I think he would have kicked my rump up and down the block. Yeah, no question about it. Well done. 66 point, what do we have? 66.8 million. Nice. 65 trains, 5 road vehicles, yeah. Yep, I stand by what I said. If you pulled out the utilization as far as I was just wide, I think you would have had my butt. Witters is next. Let's take a look at Breading Stroke Transport. Breading Stoke. Well, I'm done talking. Breading Stoke Transport. 46.48 million. Not too shabby. 191 trains. That is impressive. That's an impressive amount of trains. Wow, okay. 2 big cities here. Seelow and Tunstock. Tunstock? I don't know. No idea. Fair amount, using more of the middle as the spine here. So a little bit more centralized, I think. Let's take a look at density. The weird thing is this doesn't smell like 196 trains, but I'm sure as we start peeling this apart a little bit, it'll make a little more sense. Oh, they did do a passenger run. Yeah, that's cool, because I was like, you know what? I might want to do some passenger nonsense with a boat. And they did it. Yeah, they went through and they went for it. This is ridiculous. 16,000? Good lord. They did a really good job with Redminster here. Yeah. These boats, take a look. The smokestacks have little faces on them. It's really cute. It's really cute. That's all I have to say about that. How about Seelow? How did this come about? Wow. Docks. Where are the docks? Yeah, so there's a bus line. Let's do it by coverage. That could help us find the middle of things. Wow, they really cut into the heart. Yeah, here's the docks right here. It looks a little tall. They went little... Is this how this is going? And then it comes out... Oh yeah, this guy right here. CeeLo Docks, Tunstock, Heath? Heath Valley. Yeah, Heath. Heath is a candy bar. That's really creative. You might not make a ton of bank on that, but that will definitely help town growth, I believe. I like it. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a real creative touch. Now, what have we got going on here? Toy factory. Oh, okay. Tunnels. I'm looking at the map and I'm like, this doesn't compute. What's going on? Okay, so toy factory is there. Various trains are dropping off what they need. Up there it is, plastic. And then this is probably going to be their main vein all the way up, yeah? We got a nice three-way junction. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. I like it. Might need a little more signaling. But like if it works, it works. You got the main stuff. As it passes through, make sure that you're cutting up the blocks really neat. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. A little bit of bridge and underpass action here. Trying to make stuff flow a little bit better. I like that. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about like overall routes, because I'm getting too bogged down in the details, which is still kind of cool. Okay, here's Soda. Soda's going all the way to... Where are you going, my friend? Breading Stroke North. Okay, well, we were just talking about that. I thought Breading Stoke. Breading Stoke. I thought it was up there. Nope. Where are you going? Breading Stoke. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Whenever I can't find a town, I should just do it like this. Oh, that's the from. Nope, that is the drop-off. Seth Haven, Common... Oh, yeah, that's the drop-off. Okay, Seth Haven, Common Woods. Let's do it that way. Seth Haven, Common. Yeah, oh, that puts a really nice distance. Yeah, bam and bam. Yeah, that works out pretty well. I like it. Okay, let's refresh our screen real quick. Anywhere else? Looks like we've got a little action over here. Yep, you can either go left, you can go right. Using this is its own junction. This is how it gets plugged in. Yeah, this is something that I always like to see, is how players plug in rail systems if it comes from different directions or whatever. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, 2,000 bags of candy. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. I do like pie. Okay. I think this builds a really healthy infrastructure for everything. And then what happens is once you've got all the infrastructure set up, then it's just really a matter of just connecting all the routes. Right? Just bing, bang, boom, connect all the pieces, move on, that sort of a thing. So yeah, toys are going to come... Actually, these are candies. This is actually selling the toys. This is actually a toy shop right here. So here's an example of where someone used a different toy shop from somewhere else. Let's see, this is Seeding Z Woods. Retminster. It's probably down here, right? Yeah, so they went literally corner to corner. This is what's making the toys. This is what's selling the toys. So that's not bad. How much money are you making every year? Last year, 121? Yeah, it's not shabby at all. Considering the distance needed to travel, that kind of makes sense. You're probably getting one run a year. Yeah. Still, well done for Witters. They cashed out at 46.5 mil. Let's call it that. Well done. Okay. Cinder Elm Creek is next. Let's take a gander at that run. Trunk line transport. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. 20 mil? Not bad. That's not bad at all. Considering the first tournament we played, since I was just crazy rusty, I think I almost went bankrupt 4 times. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Got the real distance stuff down for sure. Let's take a look at some of the congestion areas. Let's take a look at what we can peel this out of. So we've got bubbles there. And we've got some action here. So here is soda make. And also plastic make. What is this? Oh, is that their... That's really cool. Yeah, that's a really cool HQ. Where does this go? Oh, does the HQ actually produce passengers? Oh, wow. I was not aware that was a thing. I don't think I've ever built my... Have I built my HQ? Not sure. Anyway, solid competency in terms of signals. Yeah, breaking off, pushing down. That all looks really good. Another big line. Yep. Similar cross-section there. It's functional. It works. Nan down. Nandon? Nan down sounds like man down. I don't know. Let's take a look at some of the cities as well. So, Tunstock. 5,000. I love how big and spread out these cities are. That looks really cool. What a really cool idea for this transit station, too. That's really cool. Do you have anything? Yeah, you've got some stuff tied in. I like that cargo is on one side for trucks and buses on the other. That looks really cool. I'm sure we've got a handful of trucks here bebopping around. Yep. Awesome. How many passengers? 217. Not bad. 216. I can dig it. I can dig it. Now you got some pretty straightforward, yeah, pretty straightforward little junctions here. Picking up the stuff. Picking up the stuff. Picking up the stuff. So where does this drop off? This probably drops off here, right? And then I kind of want to see where this goes to. So where does the sody pop go? Let's clear some of this out. Predeen West, far end. Okay. Pleabridge Valley, full stop any cargo. Pleabridge. Let's take a look at where that might be. Oh, wait. Oh, you have cola. Oh, crap. I need fizzy drink. I need fizzy fizz. I don't need cola. That's what you're the one I want to talk to. Right. We got there in the end. So Preding West. Oh my god. It's like I'm watching a freaking SpongeBob cartoon. Let me see that compass, Patrick. West. To Nandown. Oh. So, a bit of a smaller route than what we've seen for final products. Still looks good, though. Let's take a better look at the station. Same little kind of a setup. I like this little thing. We've already got little houses and stuff. And this is just for cargo. Holy crap. Passengers, passengers. Yeah. This is a nice system. I like it. As long as it's not overly congested, 2 lines can get you a pretty good distance. Yeah, absolutely. What other congestion points do we have so we can kind of take a bit of a gander here? Constock Heath, we've already taken a gander at that. Bardeen. Sounds like I'm saying farting. I'm dumb. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a couple of stations here, just making a little bit of coin. They might be dropping off, so these might be transfer routes. Let's take a quick look. Yep, transfer and leave empty. So there's a couple of common orders that we've seen so far aside from Bo Gus's run. It's full load pickup, full load drop off, or, you know, empty and leave empty. Or sometimes you don't have to give the order at all. And the third thing is transfer. Now, just to explain what transfer does is, transfer basically says, I want to drop something off, but I don't want to get the money for it. This is going to be part of a bigger route, so don't mess with it. Just drop these people off. In this case, these are passenger buses. Drop the people off and prepare them for another leg of the journey, right? So it's really basic in at least most cities, most American cities. You take the bus to the train station, you take the train station to wherever you want, but you might buy like one ticket for all of that. It might not be a ticket for this, a ticket for this, a ticket for this. You might be able to wrap it all into one package. So think of it like that. I'm paying a fee, and then maybe it goes bus to train, train to another airport, or to an airport maybe, airport to somewhere else, and then train, and then bus to get to your final destination, right? You could see whole packages like that, right? Or same thing with, like with a layover at an airport. Think of it like that. Like, if I want a ticket to go somewhere, I'm buying the ticket. Now, if it gets broken up into a couple of chunks, that's something that's more negotiable, right? I haven't been on an airplane in like 10 years, so maybe I'm talking out my tuchus. But that's what transfer's for. What that allows is you to take all the passengers here and push them into the train station, and then take the train to wherever else. So you can get more people using the train route, and since the train routes are longer, right, that's where you get your money. So let's see, where's one of these guys going? Nandown, Tunstock, Heath Woods, and Fardine. So it's actually triple hit. 1, 2, 3. And what this is going to ensure is we have a lot of passengers because we're traveling farther with the product. We get more money, right? Pretty straightforward on that. No critique about this run. Looks like a really good foundation is what I'm saying. Yeah. No argument. Yeah. This is cool. I like a little complex loading and unloading station, so I like the look of that. But aside from that, Cinder with yeah, about 20 mil. Not too bad. No complaints. Cyberpsycho is next. I watched Cyber stream and holy cow, it was a lot of fun to watch. There was, I'm not gonna spoil like anything, I'll let them upload their own videos, but there was like two slip-ups that allowed my, oh yeah, okay, so there we go, 154.7 mil. That means I beat Cyber by 14 million, which is incredible. I think he let me win. I'm just going to put that on record because this Cyberpsycho is a very good player. Absolutely. So the fact that I beat him by 14 million, I'm just going to revel in my own silliness for just a second. Just a second. Because, like, take a look at this. You see this level of complexity? Gah. I think Cyberpsycho and General Ravello would be, like, if they want to build their own rivalry or something, like a friendly rivalry, I think that would be very, very doable, for sure. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is not a ton of huge towns, right? In the other runs, we've seen one, maybe two larger towns. Tunstock, I don't think has had... Nothing's going on here, which isn't a problem. I'm not saying this is an issue, but it is definitely a variance from what we've seen before with the other runners. So, interesting. Lots of stuff going on here. Lots of stuff. Now, let's take a brief look at the station layout for Cyberpsycho. Definitely a very interesting layout. They've got a lot of the math figured out, and this is something that I really need to learn more about. I'm not going to go into all the minutia about signaling. This is just a brief summary video. There's a lot of videos out there that do a much better job than I could ever do explaining signaling. Heck, during my run, I had like 2 or 3 stations that got screwed up with signaling, and I think I had 1 collision. So there's always more room to learn. Not that big of a deal. I love the mix of trucks with the train stations. These are all separate stations. None of them are linked, even though it could have probably linked Niedich South to Ovenberg Woods, which would have linked some of the raw materials and the final product together, but all these are separate. Not a problem at all. Let's take a look at some of these runs here. Nandhattan, what comes here? It looks like toys. Oh, candy. Alright, misspoke on that. Nandown South. Nandown is over here. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're getting into more complex setups here. Very cool. Toffee, cotton candy, lots and lots and lots and lots of trucks. Let's see how many trucks are actually kicking here. 15 road vehicles right there. That seems a little low, but that might also be perfect. Oh, what I should have checked actually is some of the production levels of some of these places. My God, man, so much congestion. Now, here's something that's an interesting observation, right? Signal length. I will say just this one thing about signals, is every one of these is cut into a block, broken up by the signals. Smaller chunks here actually are going to allow the trains to travel much closer together than would be allowed by larger signal or larger block chunks, I'll call them. I think they're called blocks. Hard to tell. Mostly because I can't remember the name of anything. With the use of waypoints, really good amount of work when it comes to, again, signal length allows more trains to travel at full speed without colliding. Now, braking speed is instantaneous in this game. If there's a dead signal, it's a dead signal, don't go any further, right? But if you have much more of a signal gap, what you could have is you could have trains accelerating, stopping, accelerating, stopping, accelerating, stopping, which can be a real pain in the rumpus. In this case, tighter signal grouping. And the other runners might have done this as well. But I want to make sure we talk about at least a little bit of a highlight for every player. Really nice grouping with the stations here. Cybercycle was holding control when they built this, and they linked the two together. So if I click on this, it should say Liverness Woods. Indeed it does. This allows the coverage to be wider and allows this one station to actually cater to both batteries and cotton candy. Coffee is here, and it looks like... this must have recently closed. Yeah, what are you guys loading? It's either plastic based on the look or toffee. Toffee, okay. I should have looked at the kind of truck. Yeah, so all of this is probably feeding into this station. Right, where were you trying to go? Liverness Woods? Reed Hatton on the Sea North. Oh, it's that. So Liverness Mines. Yep, you're here, and this is going to pull stuff out. So this is almost a feeding station. Oh, crap. What's that called? Dang it. I remembered the name, and then I completely forgot. Here's a good example of a feeder station. This spot right here is just to pick up batteries and drop it off here. So all these we're going to see transfer, leave empty. They're going to just dump off the batteries here. Batteries are going to get picked up and then shoveled away to somewhere else. So this is a good example of a feeder station. Feeder stations traditionally have smaller gaps, but this is kind of an idea. It's like you're just picking up items from one spot, dropping it off somewhere else. This allows for very frequent hits. Every time you're coming back and asking, hey, can I get some stuff? Can I get some stuff? Can I get some stuff? Even if the answer is no, the stations really like that. So we're going to go to your ratings. Very good. So I'm not going to bore you with the math. The higher the rating, the more likely a station, or actually the producer, will increase its productivity. 270 batteries is nothing to scoff at. That's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Okay, really good complexity for Cybercycle. Really cool with all of this. Again, not a lot of like town growth, which again, it's not the name of the game. It's not a big deal. Lots of work got done, and they kicked around 154 million. 154 million. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, good path. So that brings it to Lewisbrook Marsh. Makes sense. Lots of little stations here plugging into the main vein. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. All right. Let us continue. We've got a few more people to get on. Under Spider is next. Choo Choo's Toy Box. Under Spider finished with 63.8 million. That actually puts us really close for 4th place. Like 67, 62 million, like right around there. That's pretty freaking close. Nice amount of trains. Comment on that real quick. Let's take a look at their world. Underspider just recently joined us, so I haven't been able to see like several of their plays or anything. So this is going to be like the first time I'm sitting down to take a look at their build. Very strong path down the middle. Oh my goodness. Using a lot of trains to the limit. Oh wow, okay. So this comes in and out. This looks like a 4-leaf clover highway style. Yeah. I think so. Do you have a way to go up? Or this, do you have a way to go from here to here? You don't. So it must mean you don't have to. But this reminds me very much of it's called a clover highway design. Yeah. Man. Intersections are great. Intersections are a great way for players to be like, jazz it up real hard, like add some real signature, real finesse to it. Or it's also just like, I just want functional, man. Okay, Deading Stone. 1,000. G-Pool. Sounds weird as a name in general. Just gonna throw it out there. Some work being done here, just getting some buses going on. Not too bad. Any other real population centers? Nandon and Dundon is really hard to say. I don't like it. Dundon Castle. That all looks good. Yeah. Real simple routes. That's all you need. We've got, let's see here. Cola. Going to here. Yeah. How many trucks? 3 trucks. Bunch of liters of cola. So that's actually acting... This is a feeder station. So I don't know what part of it's the feeder. If it's the Nandon North or if it's the Senth Haven Common Transfer. What part of this is the feeder station? Man, they really cut this up really smart-like. I like that a lot. So what we might notice here are some gaps. This is fine. This isn't a big deal. What I'm going to guess is they wanted to keep everything really simple. Totes fine. You leave these extra gaps in case later on you want to add a lot more throughput, right? So I could see that being a very, very valid tactic. For sure. Nothing at all wrong with that. Oh, more boats. What you got? Passengers? Okay. Pick up. Drop off. Real simple. Bring a nice amount of coin, I'm sure. The end of the line for them up here. Okay, let's take a look at some more of the complex station type. So, okay, another player who names their stuff. That's really cool. Documentation ain't a bad thing, right? When you're going through, it should say soda input, soda output. Makes it really simple, right? Yeah, soda input. There you go. Let's see here. Go to Seth Haven Common Woods. Oh, you're dropping off soda to be made into cola. Okay, and then this is the soda output, the fizzy drinks. Yep. Sounds good. Do we have anyone that's actually close to where you gotta go? Tunstock Heath South. Right there, okay. That seems like a pretty good distance. Yeah. Pretty nice. I like that. I like that. Really good foundational stuff here, I think. You got the main rail network. I think this looks pretty cool. I like the intersections. If I could add anything, just more, right? Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Add more trains, add more whatever that you need to make sure you're filling all the gaps. So we've already mentioned how to keep up production in some facilities. The same thing can happen to the negative. If you're not hitting up a station enough, or I keep using the word station and like producer interchangeably, which isn't correct. This one isn't being used at all. This battery farm. Let's just double check that before I put my foot in my mouth. Yep, all toffee, because there's a toffee thing here. So what's going to happen is month after month after month after month, we're not shipping anything. So this is eventually just going to turn into nothing. Once it hits a certain point, it'll actually just close. So we want to make sure that we keep asking the station, you got more stuff, you got more stuff, you got more stuff. That's one way to really beef up the ratings. Higher ratings means more production means more profits, because we can ship more stuff, right? So that's kind of a good example of that. But yeah, I don't really have any real input here. I like all these little feeder stations. This looks nice. Yeah. Only thing, way more trucks, right? Honestly, like, that's all I have for feedback. This is another really great foundational start. I'm seeing a lot of good things about this. So yeah, well done. Under Spider, well played. Yeah, 63.8 mil. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, moving on. Wish I could spend like way more time like really analyzing, but like I know this is already going to be an hour long, so I want to make sure we get through it. Next, is this last? This is last. Me Too 26. Let's see what they've got for us. Me Too Sweet to Have Transport. Nice. What did they come up with? 63.7. Wait. We have like 5 people tied for 4th place. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 people very tight 4th place. I'll go over the numbers in a bit, but that is 63.75 million for Me Too 26. Let's take a look at their run. Much more spread out, right? We've seen a couple of players that build in really, really tight. This player built out a bit more, making much wider connections. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at some of their stuffs. We've got some ton stock work. Did I see an airport? Oh my, we have seen an airport. Look at that. And yep, very similar ship routes. Ton stock up to Retminster. Very nice. Yeah, it's an easy run, and it's going to boost the population growth. What's not to like, right? Yeah, I wanna make sure we highlight some of the more complex routings here. Okay, so this is interesting. What this is effectively going to do here is it's going to cut this 4 station into 2 sets of 2. So we'll just do it like this. Train stations, this is right-hand drive. So trains will come in. They'll either go this way or that way. Well, actually, they'll use any of them. But once you choose a side, you're stuck to that side. So if we came up here, we have to leave out this top ways. If we come over here, we have to come out this way. This is a very logical way to cut multiple stations. So I've seen some players, what they'll do is they'll build in multiples of 2, no matter what, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then they'll just slice it and kind of separate it out, like it's its own little VLAN kind of a thing. That's not the right terminology at all, but I don't care. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. So here's another 4 station, right? Once a train comes in and seats, that's all there is to it. This acts as its own block. In this example, I believe that's how that would function. Same thing with this. Trains come in, they choose either. You can use either in this situation, and then it just boofs out. That's all there is to it. Very clean setup. No real feedback to any of that. Yep, cola. Something was here. That's too big for a toy shop. It's too big for a toy factory as well. Okay, I do want to take a look at some of the larger routes, and then we'll go from there. So this is going to be a toy factory, yep. Batteries come in, trains and toys come out. Yep, where do you go? Fardine Woods. There's Fardine. Again, sounds like I'm saying farting, right? Super good stuff. Super good stuff. And then we've got batteries and plastic and toffee. Now this is interesting. Okay. So I bet you I know what this is about. This is to block off for another 2-station setup. If I had to guess, that makes sense. Under normal game setups, you can use something called a claim flag or a territory flag. I forgot what it's called, but for a nominal fee, you're just paying for the land, and you own the land, which is really necessary during competition games if you're trying to plan out some stuff. But be careful, if you use flags like that, it does make it a very big red flag that you're going to be doing some work there. So other players might group up on you. I think we see multiple areas where sodas are being made, or is that just the one? I think that might just be the one. Yeah, okay. There's so many soda makers around here, I thought that was going to be the case, that there might be multiple hits. Tunstock was the primal. Oh, yeah, wow. 8.5k. Brilliant sauce. Yeah, this was the town of towns in this run. Very well done. Let's take a look at congestion. Congestion isn't all that. And then also we have the very tight signal blocks. Yeah, I don't think I have any other notes, really. What's dropped off at Tree Church? This just looks like passenger runs, which are also in Fardine. Okay, that's a really neat, yeah, that's a neat passenger route. Tunstock is obviously going to take passengers up north to Nandown. Yeah, some good town growth with this one, I think. Okay, let's take one good big look at the map. Not too shabby. Out of every player that has participated in this one, what I'm seeing is a lot of good fundamentals, a lot of good design, a lot of good things that, like, my only feedback is, like, add more. Like, keep going, right? Each of these tournaments are 20 in-game years. That means about 4.5 hours of real-life playtime, which I think is about enough for us to ramp up and get our companies going and moving at a pretty good clip, but also doesn't take months for us to play it IRL, right? A lot of the players that we have full families, full-time jobs, other social commitments, all the stuff, right? So it's not really fair for me to be like, all right, 10 hours of IRL time, let's do this thing. Heck, I even had to break up my run into several chunks. But anyway, very well done for everybody. Let's go ahead and talk about rankings, right? At the very top is General Ravello at 306.5 million. John Megacycle, myself, at 168.7 million. Cyber Psycho at 154.7 million. Bo Gus at 66.8 million. Underspider just 3 million away at 63.8 million. Me 226 literally $100,000 off at 63.75 million. Witters at 46.5 million. Squishy Chew at 30 million, and Cinder Elm Creek at 20 million. That's all I've got for you today for this summary video of our Candyland tournament. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.